People are strange when you're a stranger.
The year was 1980. Millions of Americans tuned in to learn who shot JR on Dallas. The Rubik's Cube debuted as the newest IT toy and caused a worldwide craze with its mass production. Post-it notes were released as a new office staple from 3M. In a small town in Georgia, around 300 people gathered for the unveiling of a secretive project on March 22nd. The unveiling revealed a massive granite monument known as the Georgia Guidestones. The Guidestones are as enigmatic as they are massive. The 240,000-pound, 19-foot-tall monument was engraved with 10 rules for humanity in 8 popular modern languages and 4 ancient languages. Before we get into the 10 rules, let's rewind for a minute and take a look at how this monument, sometimes known as America's Stonehenge, appeared in Elberton. In 1979, a mysterious man entered the Elberton Finishing Company. The man was described as elegantly dressed and well-spoken, and known only by the name R.C. Christian. Many assumed the name was a play on the Rosicrucians. He explained a design for a monument that had been discussed by a secret group for 20 years. Because of the enormous size of the project, the employee of the finishing company thought Mr. Christian would refuse his inflated estimate. Instead, the mysterious man agreed to the price, paying a $10,000 deposit on the spot, and had all parties involved sign a non-disclosure agreement, even promising to destroy the paperwork upon completion of the project. Christian provided a scale model of his design and 10 pages of specifications. These specifications included slots that aligned with the rising sun at the solstices and equinoxes, another spot in which the North Star would appear visible. All further correspondence from Mr. Christian to Mr. Wyatt Martin, the banker involved, never arrived from the same location twice. Eventually, Mr. Martin received a letter stating to transfer the ownership of the property to the county, and Mr. Christian was never heard from again. Now that we know a little bit about the creation and design of the Georgia Guidestones, let's take a minute to go over the 10 guidelines carved into it. Number 1. Maintain humanity under 500 million in a perpetual balance with nature. Well, obviously, we are currently way over that. And I mean way over that. In order to achieve a population of that size, around 90% of humanity would have to be wiped out. Number 2, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Besides putting poison in our food, water, vaccines, and other medicines, all of which can affect reproductive health, we've seen a huge push in abortions. People are arguing in favor of killing full-term, fully developed babies. Number 3, unite humanity with a new living language. I don't know about you, but that sounds very New World Order to me. Number 4, rule passion, faith, and tradition, all things with tempered reason. Number 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Number 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Sounds kind of like a one-world government to me. Number 7, avoid petty laws and useless officials. Now this is a guideline I can get behind. Number 8, balance personal rights with social duties. Number 9, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Number 10, be not a cancer on the earth, leave room for nature. So looking at the guidelines altogether, not all of them sound satanic or wicked, but I'd remind you to look back at the first one, suggesting exterminating most of humanity. Now let's go over some of the theories. Some people believe that the Guidestones could serve as some sort of landing pad for extraterrestrials. Personally, I feel like that theory is pretty far out, but I'm open-minded to the possibility. Others believe that the Guidestones are a monument to honor Satan himself and are sometimes referred to as the 10 Commandments of the Antichrist. I tend to lean more towards the Guidestones being directions to achieve a new world order, especially after learning the design was specifically made to withstand the end of the world, so to speak. There are a few more oddities that I would like to point out. The date of the unveiling, March 22nd, is carved into a plaque on the Guidestones. Many people have been quick to point out that 322 is a number commonly associated with the Skull and Bones Society. Others have pointed out that the inscription explains that a time capsule has been buried 6 feet under the Guidestones. Through my research, I was unable to find what could potentially be in the time capsule, but I'm definitely curious. The Georgia Guidestones have seen their share of vandalism through the years. Both in 2008 and 2014, vandals spray painted on the monument phrases like "Death to the New World Order." In 2009, a block, which was part of the Guidestones, was stolen, but in 2013, a man was arrested returning the block. He said he didn't want the weight on him anymore. It has been noted that witches, druids, Native Americans, and neo-pagans have all used the site for rituals and gatherings over the last 10 years. In 2015, a mysterious blood puddle appeared on the top of the Guidestones, which I will remind you are twice as high as Stonehenge, pushing almost 20 feet tall. The really strange part is that the puddle appears to have grown throughout the years and has been captured in drone photographs. Locals have discussed witchcraft at the site, but explain it away as teenagers with chicken blood. Many people suspect Ted Turner, at the very least, as being the financial backer to the project. This belief stems from his close proximity to the location, as well as his globalist agenda. He has also made statements in favor of eradicating 90% of the population. Ted Turner has notably been part of the Good Club, which includes members like David Rockefeller, Warren Buffett, George Soros, Michael Bloomberg, and Oprah Winfrey. This club is focused on the education, emergency relief, government reform, the expected depth of the economic crisis, and global health issues such as overpopulation and disease, all topics which further their globalist agenda. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've learned something new about the Georgia Guidestones. I hope to see you all in the next installment of Spellbroke and Woke. Have a great day.